Hey everybody, it's Amy Graham, the Badass Valkyrie, and I wanted to go over how February went and show you how I've set up May. So we'll go ahead. This is obviously my Falcon Traveler's baby. This is what Planner Prime has been put into, and this is my Soumkine, which is a full year weekly planner that I use as a bullet journal. And then the first out of two of my Hobonichi cousin Avec, and I use the bullet journal method in the cousin Avec. So let's go ahead and and get started. This is how April ended up. The red is where I was under 11,000 steps, and sadly, I had the worst month ever. I only hit my 11,000 steps 13 out of 30 days, but so far in May, I'm doing really well, so I am very happy with that. But yeah, May was just... April and May, you know, it was a hard couple of months, but I'm feeling better and I am very optimistic about the rest of the year. In April, the first week I did 16.1 miles. This is running. In the second week, I did 3.2 miles. The third week, 10.4. The fourth week, 21.77, which did include a the 21.77 was running. 6.53 was also biking, and that was the half marathon that I did. So I split my half marathon, half running, half biking. And then the last week of April, I did 16.4. Anything with a red mark by it or through it is a day that I did not run. So there is that. This is how April turned out as far as my habit trackers. I was tracking to be in bed by 11 p.m., tracking my blood pressure, getting 80 to 120 ounces of water every day, doing Noom tracking, and putting away a pile of crap. Just 5 minutes a day. And that's how this all ended up. And then this is how I have May set up, which is, again, trying to focus on similar things. Being in bed by 11, 80 to 120 ounces of water, Noom tracking, keeping my inactive time under 10 hours now. I had originally thought 8 hours, but I was not hitting that at all, and I was not getting close. And I'm like, okay, let's adjust this to 10. And just because I have a sit-down job, and I'm like, okay, we're going to shoot for 10 this month and hope for the best, and then we'll maybe adjust it to 8 if I need to in May or in June. And then trying to keep up with my planner updates, which is so far so good. Then we jump into the month. So this was April, and any kind of appointments or things that I needed to keep track of were here. This is May so far, and this is the May. I'm using the Coffee Monsters Co. Star Wars emojis. And we had May the 4th be with you. The 5th is Cinco de Mayo, but is also Return of the 5th or Return of the Sith. I got new plans on Beltane, and we have Mother's Day this weekend. And yeah, so there is that. Oh, also, new edition. Will be on the 16th. We have a new family member joining us, little Willow Bean. Actually, her full name, I believe, will be Sif Willow Graham, but we will see. And she is a little kitten. Friends of ours reached out, and she was born on St. Patrick's Day, which is actually my second birthday. That was the day that I was adopted. And I had been wanting to add a new girl to the Graham household. And we both knew that it was unlikely that we were going to get another dog, just because of possibly moving out of the country and all of that. Cats tend to deal better with quarantine and shots and all of that kind of thing. So we will be a three fur baby family again. But if all goes well, she will be here. I will go pick her up in Idaho on the 16th. So, and trust me, you all will see so many pictures. Oh my goodness. Of course, whether or not Tyr and Heimdall are going to be happy about it, that is yet to be seen. But anyway, so there's that. And then we will go ahead and get into April. Okay, April started here. And this is the Soumkine Weekly Planner. And as I said, I use this in conjunction with the Cousin of Back, but this is the full year. And I use this how I used to use my bullet journal. And I really, really love having this in tandem with the Cousin of Back. It works out really well for me. So this is how April started. We got our second COVID shot on April 6th. And I've been tracking my bedtimes, what we're watching, what I'm doing. Sometimes my to-do list did not get fully filled out here, but it did get done in my Avec. So it just kind of depended on the day. And this was last week. And here we are in this week. So today is Thursday the 6th. And I did not put, I went to bed last night at 10:37. So there's that. And of course I had to add more of the Coffee Monsters Co. Star Wars washi tape because I love it. And then let's get to, this is how my monthly spread ended. And that was the April review, the 13 good things. And then as of April 20th, Greg and I both were fully vaccinated. So it was 2 weeks after our second shot. And I either checked off or carried forward things that I was doing and what we were watching this month and different appointments that I had. And then I did a review there. And then this is how I have May set up. So again, my 13 good things. I'm doing something starting, I started on May 1st, and I will be doing 52 weeks, doing a healthy meal out of either my keto, vegetarian, or Mediterranean cookbooks. I have so many, but I wanted to start pulling a meal, something new, every week. And this week we're doing beef medallions with spring mashed potatoes, which is it's a Yukon Gold mashed potato, but it has Savoy cabbage mixed into it. And then it's got small beef medallions using tri-tip, and I'm very excited to do that recipe. And my to-do list, what I'm waiting for, my goals this month, and they are to plan and make one new healthy keto, vegetarian, Mediterranean meal every week. Less than 5 days, under 11,000 steps. So back here in the beginning, I want to have less than 5 red days in May. Keep the new run streak alive. Today was streak day 21. And reduce the number of miles that I'm behind. I started the month out at 41.6. As of this morning, I am only behind 38 point something. I need to set up the garden and I need to clear the backyard. The weeds have gotten, it's not really weeds. It's like this vine thing that just kind of takes over. And literally, it takes a couple of days and then all of a sudden the backyard looks like a jungle. And so what I got to go back out and do is just rake all of that out. And it's super easy to pull out, but you have to use a rake because it's got thorns. And so I just have to rake all of that clear and then pull whatever weeds that are there, and then build the, I have 2 more boxes to build. And I picked up some berry plants. I've got 2 different blueberry versions. I've got a boysenberry and a blackberry and 2 strawberry plants, in addition to the ones that are from last year. So I'll be planting those. And then let's see what else. Clean the bedroom and get rid of clothes that I don't wear and I don't plan on wearing. So those are the goals for this month. And that is it for my Soumkine. And then for my Hobonichi, we will go ahead and obviously I did not get a lot done in April. Sometimes it's just hit and miss. March and April were pretty much hit and miss. February was pretty good. January was really good. And I just haven't been in the mood. And I am okay with that. I am okay having blanks. That's no problem. This is May, and I will go in this evening and fill in May's there. And then we have the weekly view. Go in and show you. So this is where April started. And I was trying out some different hydrate stickers, which I love these. They're a little bit wide, but that's okay. Here is where I keep track of my schedule. Down here, I usually put gratitude. And on some days, you can see that I didn't write it in, and that's okay. Like I said, I very rarely go back and fill something in if I missed it. It just kind of tells me where I'm at. If I don't have a lot of things written that day, either I was super busy or absolutely unmotivated. And both of those is fine. This was the next to last week of April, and I didn't get a lot written in, especially over the weekend. And then this was the end of April. This is when I got my ablation done, rescheduled for March 1st. And so the rest of this week was pretty much me just being in pain. And yeah, so not a lot got done this week, or that week particularly. But this is this week. And again, May the 4th be with you. Star Wars Day, all of that fun stuff. And then this is week 1 for the Healthy Meal Week. And this is today. April. So this is how April started. And this was my April flowers kind of thing. April, my mileage goal was 82.19 miles. I only got 54.02 miles done. So again, I started out May 1st with 41.6 miles behind, and that's all right. My goals for April were to be in bed by 11, get my water in, check my blood pressure and glucose checks, do Noom daily, do my TRX, and do reading, and those just did not happen. I can just tell you that now. I ended April, my sleep average was 7 hours and 39 minutes, and my step average was only 9,497 steps. Let me just tell you, that is significantly lower than I have been in the past 2 years. And that right there is why I knew it was going to be low because of all the red days. And that's why on April 16th, I restarted my streak, because I needed some sort of goal to push me. And if I don't get my run in and do the 3.2 whatever miles per day, I don't get my steps in. If I don't get my steps in, then I get a red day. And I don't want that. So for those of you who have been watching my Finding 52 videos, those were consequences that I was not willing to move ahead in May. And so far, restarting my streak has helped. So I figure I went 316 days on my first streak. So we're just going to restart. And that, it kept me going. One of the things that, I realized about myself, if I didn't have that accountability, I didn't do it. And I think had we not been in the middle of a pandemic, I probably would have still done it. But my brain is all over the place. And that's neither here nor there. It's just a statement of fact. And I have to do what I can to keep me going. And the streak is something that pushed me. So this is what the dailies looked like in April. So that's when I got my COVID shot. And some days I just wrote minimal amounts. Some days I wrote more. But again, some days I mean, typically I will either do something like this at night or the next morning. And if I don't do it then, I usually don't go back and do it. So hence, sometimes I have empty pages. And again, that's okay with me. They don't bother me. So I just go in and do what I can. And if I don't get back to it, I don't get back to it. I don't beat myself up for it. This is how April ended. And I used some of the Coffee Monsters Co. This was actually a washi that I got from her. And it was something that was, I don't know what exactly went wrong with it. I don't know if they did like the wrong color. But it was a mistake washi. But I think it's dang cute. I loved it. I'm like, ah! So I added that. And then I added the Star Wars washi at the bottom. And this is just a little inspiration for me that things will get better. I know they will. Just got to give it time. And then those are my goals. Things I need to cancel before next month. I meant to do it in April and didn't get around to it. So I'm like, make yourself a goal. Cancel these damn things. I have not been into VasaFit, which is my gym here. Used to be Gold's Gym. I have not been in for over a year and a half. And I had deferred it for a year. But that I deferred it as long as they would allow it. And now that the mask regulations and all of that kind of thing are no longer valid here in my city, they do not allow you to defer it. So I need to just go in and cancel it because I'm doing all of my workouts at home. This was Beltane or May Day, depending on what you celebrate. And then this was the 2nd and the 3rd. This was the 4th. May the 4th be with you. Then this was yesterday, Cinco de Mayo. We had movie night. And then this is today. So that is how May has been set up and how April kind of ended up. So, yeah. I will show you how things looked in my weeks. My little owl from the Woolly Planner. I love him so much. Hedwig. this was April, and there were several days that I didn't do my blood pressure for one reason or another. I did miss the first, May 1st. I was so busy trying to get out and do things that I totally spaced it, and I didn't realize I'd spaced it until the next morning, and I'm like, oh crap, I'm starting the month out on a negative, but that's okay. I haven't missed it since. So there's that. And this is where I mark my blood glucose and my blood pressure checks in the mornings. So this was April's, this was March, this was February, and back in February, I was still doing it twice a day, and the red is anytime it's over 120/80. And then this is kind of where I started in January. And I've liked having this available to me, so I know, where I'm kind of at. And in April, 1, 2, 3, 4 days were all the red, and I haven't had a red day yet in May, so we're only on day 6, but that's okay. So let me go ahead and pull that out. Let's get into April. Okay, so this is my memory keeper and self-care. It just works out pretty well for me that way. This is April 1st, where I started. And then you've got the second week of April. Again, that's where I got my COVID vaccine, and no, I did not steal extra stickers. I stole Greg's. And then they gave us 2 more when we went back for the second shot. So I used them in all my planners. So there's that. This is the 12th through the 18th. And all of these are where I'm tracking my blood pressure again, just so I know that I did it. And then I will use sticky notes like this if I need to go back and fill it in. This is the one thing that I will go back and do, but just because some days I don't have time to sit down and do stickers or whatever. And I'll make myself little notes like this just so I can put in stickers, or I may be waiting for stickers, whatever that might be. Obviously, this is when I got my ablation, and this is a very similar week to what was the week in my cousin Avec. It is what it is. I was recovering, and this certainly tells that story. There are a couple of things that I do have noted in here that I'll probably go ahead and put in here, but other than that, I'm not expecting a lot. This is this week. And I've gotten notes here. I just need to sit down and go in and write it. And I'll probably do that this evening. But I wanted to get this filmed before it got too dark. So this will be filled out. I did go in and do, again, my lovely washi tape because I love it. So there's that. And I did do this. And here I will note if it's red or if it's black. Black means it's under 120/80, and then red if it's over. So here during that week, I can tell, did I take my blood pressure or not without having to flip back to there. So that is everything that we've got set up in there. And that is my April and May for 2021. I would love to take you through my other planners, but this is pretty much it. I will probably do some other videos and updates later on, but yeah, these are the 2 that I'm using the most. My Hobonichi Weeks and my Soumkine Weekly Planner and my cousin Avec. So there you have it. My April and then my May update, and there it is. Let me know how your April went. If you are struggling as much as I did, I would be grateful to know that. May so far has gotten better, but yeah, I have to just follow a routine. And if I don't, then I kind of get off track. And once I get off track too much, then I'm just like, oh, never mind. So anyway, that's it. I hope you guys have had a good month so far, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.